Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin, I would really like to say just as expected, not much movement because as we talked about in the last few videos, we won't probably see any significant movements until tomorrow when there will be the rate change, the interest rate change announced by the Fed. So what we've seen in the last few months typically, or what we generally see, the markets, also the stock markets, are typically in a state of holding off just before announcements like that, and to then kick off after that happened, or just to continue to make some progress, because at the moment we do not see much progress in the chart. We continue to be in this sort of descending wedge here, and we are here in my opinion, impulsive move down in this descending wedge. We could have already completed here that wave 1, which is consisting of 5 waves down, after which we can expect a corrective move up in a wave 2. My view is that could take us all the way up to 41.5 to 46k roughly, yeah, in a wave 2. But as you can see here in the descending wedge, we still have a bit more space to move further down, and if we cannot break above this 39.2k level, we will probably see the low again of that descending wedge, and that would be here in the area around 37.5. We've seen here in the last few times that we tried to break it to the downside, so probably we could drop a little bit more, maybe down to 37.3, 37.2, because you normally move out a little bit outside of the wedge, yeah, and I probably can even adjust that wedge pattern here if I use the wicks like that. And that would then, if we then drop down, yeah, that would even take us here to around 37.2, and you would still be in the wedge. To the upside, resistance level here around 39k, but then we have a horizontal resistance level that was support and resistance before, around 39.2. We here recently overnight, no, yesterday morning actually, UK time, we tested that and were rejected, and above 39.2, so that would be the first major resistance level to break through. Above that we've got here the 40.5k level, and only if we break that and get back into this larger channel, the so-called bear flag, in which Bitcoin has been trading for a while, only when we get back into that, then we can make it here into that wave 2 target area. But also, I mean, this could take a while, right? We could even see in the worst case, if we say, right, that previous support line of that channel provides that much resistance, there is nothing to say that we could not spend a little bit more time in the wedge, and then only towards sort of the 10th of May break out of this. Yeah, if I just draw that roughly here, break out of that in an A, B, C wave that could take us then into that wave 2, and we wouldn't even need to break, but then they will already be here in June, then move down in a third wave here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you get your ABC up in a wave 4, and you come down in a wave 5. That will take us into my target area between 20 and 29k. That's the area that I've had on the chart since pretty much November, I think, where I think we are going to go to in this kind of expanded flat Elliott Wave pattern, and also the breakout of the bull flag. That target would suggest that we are coming down into that area. In addition to that, we have this head and shoulders pattern still on the chart, that also, you know, we are still below that head and shoulders here as well, right? And we have never managed to get back above the neckline here. And also, if I just take the target of that head and shoulders, yeah, which basically started up here at around 70k, going down to the neckline to the moment from when we actually broke it, I mean, that will take us even below that target area. But it takes us close to 20k. Yeah, it takes us here to 18.5k. So again, these targets never 100% work out. They can do, they usually do, yeah, at least get close. So all of that makes quite a lot of sense in my opinion. To everybody who's saying that we are going to start off here to the new bull run soon, I just can't see it at the moment. Yeah, I just can't see it. There are a couple of other Elliott Wave count scenarios that are also mentioned in previous videos, but even with them, you could move a little bit higher, will then turn down again, or even you would even come down even lower than my target area. So I'll stick with this one because I don't want to confuse you with all kinds of different scenarios, and only when one gets more likely than the other one, we're going to talk about different scenarios, but nothing would really change the overall outcome, which would suggest that we're getting down into this area between 20 and 29k. So for now, I see no reason to change that. We are still in this descending wedge. No major changes at the moment. We're waiting for the Fed decision tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised if we just move along here for the rest of today. But as I showed you here earlier today, we had this kind of triangle. We still have the triangle here on the chart, and we're really in the apex now. You can see it is a clear triangle. Nothing stops Bitcoin from transforming this into something else, but we are in the triangle still, or we're just moving out of it. And it seems like that this was an attempted breakout here directly when we moved into the apex, but it seems like Bitcoin doesn't really know what it wants to do. So a lot of indecision in the market, a lot of holding off, volume still very low. There was a move down to 38.2, but that was pretty much a fake out, and we're pretty much where we started off. So this is the moment where something could happen, but we don't really see a lot of volume, so it could just trickle on, and the triangle didn't do anything. Sometimes they just don't do anything. And then it just, maybe the price will then just continue to move along this trend line here a little bit to the upside, and it won't actually be a significant breakout. So yeah, the thing is, as long as you are still in this descending wedge, it means waiting, right? It means waiting because we don't know in which direction the market will break out. As you can see here, we still have further downside potential. It would just mean that the wave 1 gets more extended. That unfortunately has the effect that also the next waves will probably go down a little bit longer, because the extensions will go longer as well. So for example, the wave 3 Fibonacci extension is typically at least the 1.618 extension of the wave 1, which means that if the wave 1 gets longer, the wave 3 will get longer as well, which means we will see lower prices for Bitcoin. Okay, that is my view about Bitcoin. Hopefully that was useful. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out the channel membership and maybe even check out the trading course I'm currently publishing on the website. It's currently an early bird offer, and I publish currently 1 chapter per week. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.